Let's pull up the stock of Eicher for you. Now, Eicher has a joint venture with Volvo for commercial vehicles, and they recently came up with two new launches. To talk to us about this, we are joined by Mr. Vinod Aggarwal, CEO of VE Commercial Vehicles, which is Volvo Eicher. He's joining us from Delhi. Thank you so much, Mr. Aggarwal, for speaking with us at NDTV Profit. Now, you've come up with two new truck launches in the heavy-duty segment. Give us more details of these launches and why this particular category have you picked up for a launch?
You see, the mining and construction segments are very important constituents of the commercial vehicle industry, and these are the areas where, of course, our presence was not it was not in the full domain. So, with these launches, now we are present in both mining and construction in the various categories. And in fact, if you look at in VECV, we have both the brands, Volvo Trucks and Eicher Trucks. And with Volvo Trucks, we are present in the very high-end segment of mining, and with the Eicher Trucks, which we have launched now, we will be present in the other, mid-premium or basic segments. So now with this, we have the widest range available for both, right from basic up to high-end premium trucks.
Right, but is this somewhat more futuristic, looking ahead at the growth that exists in the mining and construction areas? Because, when it comes to the commercial vehicle space, we have seen the MHCV section do well. But when it comes to mining and construction activity, the pickup has not been so pronounced. So is this actual look ahead where you're expecting an improvement, and hence in anticipation you've done the launch?
No, if you look at the mining segment, specifically the coal mining is growing very well now, in fact, and the target is that the coal mining production in India has to go up from current level of 600 million tons to 1 billion tons by Coal India itself. And then if you add the private blocks, it should go up to 1.5 billion tons by 2022. Currently we are importing around 200 million tons of coal every year. The target by the government of India is that this import has to stop. The entire thing should be done indigenously, because India has very large reserves of coal. Now, if the coal production has to go up, then these mining trucks are absolutely very relevant. And already Coal India is increasing its production. And if you look at our Volvo trucks, this year, first 11 months, we have grown by more than 40% in the coal mining trucks. So the coal mining trucks, when we are introducing these new trucks under Eicher stable, where we are introduced trucks with both box body and rock body. Rock body is basically for overburden movement from the mines, and box body is for coal movement. So now we have both these variants under the Eicher name, and these will be doing the job, basically you can say, in the surface mining or in the up to around 30 or 35 meters, whereas Volvo trucks, they go up to 100 meters or 150 meters deep into the mines. So with that wide range, now we will be covering the entire domain. And as far as construction is concerned, yes, I agree that construction still it has not picked up. And but then there again, there is a lot of actions that are being taken by Government of India to solve all the hurdles which are there. Like, for example, recently in last 2 weeks itself, we have seen that the government has, government has agreed that the contractors, wherever there was a delay in implementation of the project, not because of the problems from the contractor side, but because of the, for example, land acquisition related issues or any issues not in their control. They have agreed to extend their toll collection period. So, one by one, government is trying to solve the problems, and hopefully the construction has to pick up, because construction is extremely very important for long-term growth of the CV industry.
Right. But Mr. Aggarwal, there are already entrenched players in the CV market within the country. Look at your peers like Tata Motors, which has such a entrenched distribution network all around the country. As well as Ashok Leyland, which has steadily been making progress as well. So, in the face of competition, what is your USP that a fleet operator should look at switching to your vehicles over, the comfort that they have with a homegrown brand which has been around for some time?
No, basically what we are committing to the customers is that we are giving them the better value for their money. We are focusing more on the total cost of ownership of these trucks over the lifetime of the product, and that total cost of ownership comes based on the better fuel efficiency, because our trucks are going to deliver better fuel efficiency, there are better productivity, and we have very strong after sales model where we are going to set up the on-site sports centers so that these trucks can be can run 24/7 in mines, and even for construction wherever there are large sites we can set up the on-site sports centers. So these trucks are definitely going to be better for the customers, and then there is competition. Yes, competition is there, but then we are absolutely poised to take the challenge.
Right, but what is your current market share? I believe at this point in time it remains small, and especially in the HD category. What is it now? What are you aspiring for?
In the as far as current market share is concerned, if you look at the tipper segment is basically there are two categories of tippers: 16-ton tippers and 25-ton tippers, which are the mass market segments. In 16-ton tippers, our market share is already 7% plus, and in 25-ton tippers, where we have recently introduced the products in the construction segment, our market share is 3%. And for very high-end coal mining tippers, which are operated by Volvo trucks, our market share is more than 60%. So there are various segments, and now with these products now which we are introducing in all the segments, we will improve our market share.
What kind of growth are you looking at across various categories of commercial vehicles? Because when it comes to the light commercial vehicles and the medium commercial vehicles, so far we haven't seen a very good pickup. But looking ahead, what kind of growth are you expecting given across different segments?
If you start with the heavy duty trucks, the first 11 months the growth has been 37%. And going forward, we have not seen the growth in the construction tippers. Now, when the construction sector picks up based on the investments in the infrastructure, you will see the growth being fueled by the construction segment. On the other hand, the haulage is also doing very well, haulage segment, where we are already seeing the growth. There is already a lot of replacements that are happening. And I also came to know that today also there has been some announcement that more than 15-year-old trucks are going to get replaced. So then, if that is being so, I think this is a big opportunity for growth in the CV industry. Now, if you look at the light and medium duty trucks, there the growth in the first 11 months YTD growth is around 9.5%. In fact, that growth is coming based on the last 3-4 months growth only. And then that industry also will pick up because it's also linked to a lot of rural sentiments, as well as the hub and spoke model. Like when the infrastructure improve, there will be more and more movement from the hubs to the last distribution channel, and then for the last mile connectivity. So there will be more and more requirements coming as you grow in infrastructure. So the light and medium duty also, we are expecting that this market will grow next year. And the other is the buses. Buses are growing very well this year. They are growing by 20%, and we are expecting that this growth will continue based on the state transport undertakings requirement, and also the other segments like schools and staffing and route permit or tourists. So overall, we are very positive on the CV industry in the coming years.
For this financial year, what kind of revenue growth and profitability growth are you penciling in?
If you look at our first nine months results from January to September 2015, we had a top line growth of 25% in the revenue terms, and our EBITDA margins are around 7.5 or 7.5% plus, and we have improved over previous year first 9 months by almost 100 basis points. And as we grow in volumes, you will see the margin can also get better based on the operating leverage.
All right, Mr. Aggarwal, thank you so much for speaking with us at NDTV Profit, talking about the new HD launches that your company has done and your plans ahead for increasing traction in trucks that are catering to both mining as well as construction activity. So that was the management of Volvo Aisha Commercial Vehicles, talking to us about the prospects for the CV industry going ahead.